You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Redneck Island After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Redneck Island After Show.
Well, welcome to... Oh, wait a minute. Well, welcome back to another episode of Redneck Island. I'm Little Egypt, and we're here to go over episode 5 for the listeners that are out there right now. With me today is my own version of Snow White.
Little Pyramid.
I am her son, yes. Jacob Altishin.
Yay, go Jacob!
Everyone
else calls him Jake, but I'm not allowed to, and I find that
Not allowed at
completely
all.
insulting.
Okay, Jacob.
No, you can call me Jake, just
I'm not gonna
her.
call you Jake.
Thank you. And also with us, the PPBoyz of
Yes.
Beverly Hills. Please tell us for the listeners out there.
Patrik Simpson.
Pull Atteu. We all know who we are.
And our mascot, Snow
Hold
White.
on. That's POLATTEU. I need some more tweet followers. I've got over 2,000. Yay! But I need more. I love you, China.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We do have a special guest that's going to be calling in, and it was Phil, who was evicted
Oh,
or
I thought we
eliminated.
were talking about the special guest, biggest redneck, Anna Nicole Smith.
Tell us about that. I'm noticing you guys, you're in pink, and you have Nicole's book. What's going on?
Well, they were doing a tribute for her, and her new movie was debuted on Lifetime.
Last night.
Really?
Last
Yeah.
night. So everybody's asking to see our book and buy the book and see more stories, what they, you can only do so much in a TV show.
Right.
So there's more stories and more chapters and more juicy gossip.
And we figured she's the biggest redneck, so we'd have her here today.
That's right.
We had a guest caller on the line.
Oh, good. Great. Okay, so Phil's going to be coming in to join us. Phil was the 4th redneck voted off the island.
The one with the knee issue.
Yeah. And so he's going to come on and join us for our AfterBuzz show as we kind of break down the show like we have been every week, and he's going to give us some insider's look on what life is like at the island. Phil, are you there?
I'm here. How are y'all?
Oh, how are you all? Is that the right?
Hi, Phil.
Hey.
So Philip, we
Wait, do we call you Phil or Philip?
yeah.
Either one's fine. It don't matter.
Okay, because I noticed like on Twitter and Facebook you go by Philip, but yet at the show kind of when they were showing you, they would always put like Phil underneath your name.
Yeah.
So Phil.
Yeah, I think that's just something that happened on the show.
Oh, I see. I see.
So we're good friends. We're part of the show, so we'll call you Phil.
Uh,
Okay, that works.
So Phil, when you were eliminated, again, we're going to break down this show, but let's just really talk quickly about what it was like for you when you left the island. Did you feel like, that it was the right call for you to go? Was your legs really that bad that you should have been eliminated?
I think I could have stuck around a little bit longer, but I mean, my knee kept blowing out. So I mean, they straight up asked me what I think about the knee, and I told them, I said, I can't guarantee you nothing. I mean,
Phil, I
it's
liked
liable to hold up.
I liked you, and I thought you were a likable guy in the show, but I have to say, you seemed kind of like a weak player in a lot of the challenges, and I'm wondering, did you kind of knew it was coming because of that?
where do you get I was a weak player in the challenges?
Well, you know
The only
what,
thing I missed was the
You know what? I'm missing something too because I rooted for you from the get-go. I wanted you to win.
He did.
I thought for sure you were the underdog. You were the fuzzy, cuddly, sweet. Everybody's gonna bypass you, but you were gonna get the $100,000, and we were gonna be celebrating with some chicken.
He did say that, but I felt so bad when they were just dragging you on the ground in that last challenge.
I think your downfall, I have to tell you, Phil, I think your downfall was a person that I'm not going to mention who threw you under the bus in the challenge and made you go up against in the tug of war. And that's when you lost the second time, and that was just not right. I think you were exhausted, your knees were hurting, and he just threw you in there going, well, let's just get him out.
So what did you think about that, Phil, when that happened?
I think that happened more or less along the lines of Travis was laying there with a pulled muscle, laying there like he was actually hurting real bad. Me and Cody had done went tug of war on our first round, and I beat him on the first round. But the second round, I was going to try to get a good jolt on him and kind of jerk him off balance, but we both did the same thing at the same time, and I pushed off with the wrong leg, and when I pushed off it, my knee popped out.
Ouch.
There was nothing I could do about it.
Oh, God, that hurts you talking about it.
So,
Yeah.
Phillip, my question is then, so you did think that Travis was in a lot of pain, because watching that show, I saw a lot of the girls consistently calling him a drama queen and over-exaggerating it. And do you think that the level of pain that he was presenting was the amount of pain that he was in?
Oh, no. I think he was slightly overreacting there. It's just maybe just a little bit.
Right.
So go ahead, give us some more dirt. fill in the gaps. So what did we not see that we should have seen or that we don't know that happened?
It's kind of hard to say. I mean, they pretty well covered. I mean, they pretty well covered the important stuff. I mean,
Well,
there
Phil,
was probably some stuff left out about like people hounding Travis about his pulled muscle or strained muscle or real bad stretched muscle or whatever it was he called it. But I mean,
right. Well, they started episode 5. This was really interesting because when they started episode 5, here comes the blue team coming back to the camp, and they see you're not there, and they just start breaking down the camp. They're breaking wood. People are furious. That had to make you feel good when you saw that on TV.
yeah, I mean, they knew I got voted off because of my knee and not because the way I played the game or because nobody liked me or nothing like that. They just didn't think it was right for me to go home.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about what happened in episode 5. It was called Food for Thought, and and so with this we see in the beginning moments, Bucket looks like he's trying to create a sub-alliance with Candy early on. I don't know why we're seeing that footage. Maybe there's going to be a merger. We're not sure. But we are seeing like a sub-alliance starting to develop, or at least Bucket putting it out there. Right?
Right.
And then they have this little crab race.
That was great.
Which, I mean, actually, that looked really fun.
Yes.
I wanted to participate in that.
They were so bored. I'm like, oh my God.
I just felt so bad when they
threw him in the water.
They cooked them at the end.
In the hot water.
They're so tiny, though. My question is, what are you going to get out of that?
Right.
Yeah, you were like, there's not enough meat on that.
No. Okay.
And then you looked at Snow White. I had a problem with that. Just saying.
Okay, so Phil, Steve Mail shows up, right? And is it really that exciting when Steve Mail shows up? Because you guys get so fired up.
How do they know Steve Mail is there? What, they're just hanging out and then you see the bottle? Or does production tell you, oh, Steve Mail's up, somebody go?
I usually it seems to show up at about the same time somebody's taking a walk or somebody's standing close by. It just seems to show up about that time.
But how do they put it in the water?
It's kind of exciting when it shows up. I mean, you're sitting there on the beach with nothing to do. Sitting there on the island with, I mean, just literally sitting there, nothing to do. I mean, you can only talk about so much.
That to
There's so many
me,
people.
Oh my gosh, Phillip, I got to tell you that's like such a funny image
don't
of
you
like
wanna
the
just sit at
production
the
crew.
beach?
I can just see the production crew like in a
In
dinghy.
scuba gear, that's what I see. Like head underwater.
Yeah.
Time to go.
No,
And then
like,
they just let it go.
like 007 underwater. It's like stealth. They're moving in with like little, maneuvering the waters, making sure nobody sees.
And when they read it, I loved the quote.
Which was?
Being a smartass could be a good thing, which
Yeah.
is because you've got all these, which people think are not the brightest people on the island because they're rednecks.
Yes.
And so that was kind of an interesting twist to it, I think.
And it's so funny that you should say that because then they cut away to Misty, right? And this is her quote. I had to write it down. I played it back. I wrote it down twice. And she goes, she's all excited. This is a challenge that's not physical. She says, I'm not so good at being physically challenged, but pretty good at being mentally challenged.
Love it. That was good.
Oh my God. That was so brilliant and classic, epic pieces of gold.
it was
coming out of
almost
her
like
mouth.
dramatical.
Yeah.
Dramatical.
Dramatical.
Yeah.
Phil, my question to you is not to speak of all the hypotheticals, but if you would have been in this competition, I mean, obviously we've seen the blue team lose time and time again, and I know this was an elimination challenge, but how do you think you would have fared? Because me being a city boy, I'm highly educated, came from a very good high school, currently enrolled at Cal Poly as an international business major, and I didn't know a lot of those questions. So were those coming from a redneck's perspective? Are those a lot of questions that you yourself would have known?
We're actually sitting here watching it, and I knew about every one of the answers. I mean, they had two bartenders sitting up there that didn't know what percent alcohol was in 80 proof liquor. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, he's an alcoholic. Of course he knows.
Of course I got that one right.
Oh my
We
God.
have a bar at our house.
Okay, I had to spell check camouflage. I didn't know how to spell it.
Well, that's kind of hard. I mean,
That was a
the
lot.
U and the F.
How do you not know?
I mean, the F and
Right.
the U. It's like reversed.
And then I'm sorry, that 80 proof, I had no idea. You just divide it by 2 and you figure out the proof content. But seriously, who drinks like that? Who goes to a bar and says,
I want the 80 proof.
yeah, I want the 80 proof?
Well,
Because
got
that's,
my moments.
because that's the most, that's like the highest content.
I don't know.
So that's like moonshine.
Yeah.
That's what they used to make in the back in the Dukes of Hazzard days. They used to,
gosh.
smuggle it across the border.
Well, it was a fun competition to watch because, okay, do you remember when I think it was Misty and B-Mart, they're calling, or B-Mart now, they were really struggling with that 80 proof. And
Yeah.
so I don't know, Steve looks at his clipboard, right? And it's like they must have like separated the questions.
Yeah.
Because it was like he looks down and he goes, well, let me ask you from a different group, right? And so he asked like the easiest question, and it was just like, you can't get it wrong. It was, what are other names to call someone when they're loopy?
When they're drunk,
Yeah.
Jacked
when they're
up.
drunk.
That was the best one. I thought that was funny.
Oh, I know.
Jacked up, tore up.
What I liked best of that was actually how they seem to almost be helping each other. Just the synergy between some of the groups that went up there, I just really enjoyed. And so my question to you, Phil, is there anyone that you got along best with on the island, or just a certain group of people that you really just
Oh my
enjoyed
God,
with
I
up
can
there?
answer that question. He didn't get along with anybody because he's been, at home.
I mean, in the period that he was in the
okay,
show.
sorry.
Yes.
I take that back.
So, well, who was it, Phillip? Who did you find it to be your closest buddy on the island?
I actually got along with Cody and Bucket the best, probably.
Well, everybody got along with Cody in the shower. Did you see that?
Speaking of Cody in the shower, boy, you can't give Misty more than 2 drinks, apparently. That's kind of how that
You
whole
want to
thing
give
started.
Misty a couple of drinks if you want her to just jump all over you.
Right. Well, Candy did take credit for
That's right,
setting
Candy.
up that stage. Yes.
We've been underestimating Candy and thinking that she was just going to use her boobs, but that girl has a little bit.
She's a little manipulative.
Oh my
She's
God, little is an
twisted.
understatement.
She is very twisted. I like that.
I do too, and she is working it. I don't know. Do you think she went too far with Misty and that whole
No,
getting Misty drunk?
I think she's no. I even when she was acting it out
Yeah.
in the
Her cry
in the
scene?
hut,
Yeah.
where she thinks she's gonna be leaving.
Yeah.
I think she's even fooling her allies right now.
Right.
She's totally working them over.
So, Phil, is this something that is new that we're seeing out of Candy? Obviously, from you actually watching the show, you can see how she's being manipulative from behind the scenes. But is this something that you or anybody else, just from being a player on the island, did you guys notice this behavior from her, or is this something she's been doing a really good job at covering up?
I never saw that side of her. I mean, I never saw her go in and try to fool anybody, I guess, so to speak. But I mean, I think she pulled it off pretty good.
Okay,
Definitely.
Can I ask you a question, Phil? Who sleeps on top and who sleeps on the bottom when you guys are in the bunks? Because the blue team all sleeps together, right?
Do what now?
Is the blue
The blue team sleeps together?
Yeah, the blue team slept in one bunk and the green team slept in their own bunk.
Okay, so what happens at night when you guys are sleeping? Are there like conversations and then, like you're trying to sneak and go outside and plot against the other ones, but you can't really talk? And do you know what I mean? Give me some scoop here.
Actually, when you lay on your bed, you're not allowed to talk.
What?
Because you take your mics off before you go to bed. And once you take the mics off, you're not allowed to talk. So.
It's the Redneck Island prison.
Oh my God! Who knew? Really? So hold on. Walk me through this. So somebody comes in and takes off your mic, and it says bedtime, and then you guys turn off the lights, and you have to go to sleep. Who wakes you up?
When you go to bed whenever you get ready. You just take your mic off before you lay down,
So if
and then
So you
you're
can't.
not allowed to talk till you put the mic back on.
So if there's two people, if most of everyone's to bed already, but two people are still awake and have their mics on, they're allowed to talk, but the others are not?
Right.
Because they want to be able to see who's scheming and who's plotting.
Right.
So when you see their mics off, then you know they can't be scheming and plotting. Can you
Right.
write anything?
We didn't have anything to write with.
You're on an island.
Steve's pretty smart there.
In the sand.
That's right. That's right.
They don't have any paper, no pens, nothing.
It's only coming from Steve,
Right.
When he sends the mail, which is exactly what he did before this reckoning
Right.
that happened on episode 5. Do you remember what he called this reckoning? Steve called it ice in the cooler.
Yes.
Big ass cooler.
Okay, Phillip, I got to tell you, we were watching this, and here we go again. Who's not putting 100% into these challenges? When you were watching it, what were you thinking about the green team and the blue team?
The green team seemed to be plugging along with it pretty good. Travis probably could have, when they were sliding the board down in the slot to cover the coolers up, he probably should have been there at the beginning to.
Yeah, but
he was a taller one. He should have been there dropping the boards down.
I know, but he was tired. He had a pulled hamstring or something, or
I think he said a severely stretched
yeah.
Ligament?
or something like that.
Muscle.
He definitely threw the
Muscle.
severely.
Poor thing. I mean, I could have seen 911 should have been called. I mean,
This particular,
horrible.
for those of you who didn't see episode 5, this particular reckoning was all about an obstacle course, and it was designed where these cast members had to take these big blocks of ice through over wooden planks, and then they had to rebuild it into a puzzle. First one done wins.
And those ice blocks, those have got to be heavy.
yeah.
I mean, those
I would never dare
carrying
carry
solid
one.
ice
No.
like that's got to be heavy. And then
know.
it's
That's what we have the housekeepers
Right.
for.
slippery. You're carrying it. I'm sure it's slippery. It's heavy.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay, so you're watching this, and you got to think, Phil. I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I'm watching this and I'm going, wow, this is weighted really heavy already from the get-go on the green side, because they didn't match the competitors. It should have been 3 girls, 1 guy against 3 girls, 1 guy for it to be fair.
No, you know what though? Woodall thought that she should be in it because she was their best and strongest.
Right.
Good. good.
Yeah, but she's the one that slowed the green team up for the blue team to even catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know how hard that's got to be going up that bridge with no rails, no nothing. You're carrying this big block of ice. You got it. She worked, man. She did it.
Yeah.
She never gives up. That I'll give to Woodle.
Well, that's because she wanted that ice cream. She dug into. I don't think anybody else got any.
Phillip,
She just drank that ice cream.
The whole thing.
Phillip, please tell us, what are your thoughts on Brittany Woodle? Because we have fallen in love with her. Is she as charming as they're making her out to be?
Oh, Woodle is Woodle. I mean, there will never be a substitute for Woodle. I mean, she gets gold.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
very
awesome.
sweet,
Do you
yes.
think, do you think she's going to make it to like the final 3? Do you think she's got it in her?
I think she does have it in her. She's strong.
Who?
I mean, she's probably underestimated, but I mean, she's.
Well, she is the reason why. I definitely think she is the majority of the reason why Green Team was able to make that comeback in the competition that you unfortunately lost, Phil, because the girls were stronger on your side because of Woodle.
Yeah, but I think if Phil, if you were there, I don't think you were going to be able to do this competition.
Right.
I don't think your knees would have, I don't think you would have been able to climb up those stairs, get the planks out, run around. It wasn't going to happen.
It did look pretty grueling.
Yeah. With your knees.
It looked tricky.
Yeah.
Because they weren't even climbing. It was just like a steep little slippery slope.
And then when they were putting the cooler together, the blue team I don't know what they were doing. They were just putting them in awkward, they're diagonal. It's like they couldn't figure it out. It's like I'm thinking.
Well, it's construction.
I'm
the girls
thinking,
don't know construction.
it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that it just slides
They're rednecks.
in.
Did you get this yet? They're rednecks.
Well,
What's that supposed to mean?
now you're going to get him flying down
What do you
here.
mean? Listen, don't get offended. I married a redneck.
It's ex-redneck. No, that
redneck.
wasn't a redneck. I was raised by rednecks.
Because this is what I've learned. Once you go redneck, you don't go back. It's just redneck all the way.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's so funny that we were talking about Brittany W. because she seems to be a cast favorite too. Bucket says in a quote, of course we're going to put Woodle in. She was the MVP of the last 2 weeks. And then she did appear to struggle. Steve quotes during the show, Brittany Woodle, MVP of Redneck Island so far. So he's a fan.
Mm-hmm.
He's liking what he's seeing.
Right.
Green team wins on
Although
that.
it could be dangerous because as we know in these prior seasons, if
What
you
is he doing?
Oh.
What is he doing? Phillip, what are you doing? Are you walking
what?
around? What are you doing? I hear all
I'm
these.
outside smoking a cigar.
Because I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like hearing all these noises.
You know, we're not seeing you guys smoke
Yeah.
on the island. Do they supply cigarettes or?
Oh, it's like prison.
Well, I'm not even sure that cigarettes are part of
Are allowed.
Are part of redneck culture, is what I'm saying. Are cigars more of redneck? I mean, we're all trying to
Marlboro
familiar
Reds.
ourselves.
Tobacco is, yes.
Marlboro Reds.
Tobacco.
Thank you.
Tobacco.
Stephen popped in with that.
But they
chewing
don't
tobacco.
chew and spit. I haven't seen them do that. The baseball players do that.
Well, what's life like on camp? I mean, are there things going on that for your comfort? Do they provide soap in the showers and toilet paper and cigarettes when the mics are down? Anything like that so that we know you guys are getting taken care of?
They provide more than soap in the shower. We saw what happened in the shower.
Yes.
Phillip, do you see everybody naked there?
No. I mean, some people might, but I mean,
Do the girls walk
like,
around topless?
if we were in the box and one of the girls was going to change, I'd go outside.
Oh, that's so sweet. Who does that?
He's a gentleman. He is
Oh, come
a
on. I wouldn't do
Southern
that. I'd be
gentleman.
like, let me see it.
That's a different show altogether.
Sorry.
So here's what happens after the green team wins. I swear, as a viewer, I bought Candy's sell job hook, line, and sinker when she said, "Just put me out.
I think we
put
all
me
did,
out of my
yes.
misery.
Yeah.
My knees are gone." She cries.
I know.
Oh my God, that
I
was
knew it was
awesome.
fake.
When I say
Jacob and I had a conversation, and he goes, "Oh," I said, "It's fake."
Yeah, he did.
He goes,
We
"You
actually,
mean 90% or?"
Yeah.
I said 1,000%. It's fake.
Well, let's ask Phillip. Phillip, you know Candy better than anybody. Do you think she is that capable and that good of a player?
We actually just had this.
Actually, I do. I mean, when she gave that little spiel, she had everybody fooled. She had everybody on. I think she had everybody that was there fooled. She had everybody that was watching it fooled. I mean, maybe
Good.
Candy needs to go be an actress.
Good job. Go Candy.
Well, that's so funny that you should say that because I just thought it was just brilliant. It blew me away.
But it's interesting because before when she first started out, Candy was all about the boobs and her sexual prowess, and that's what she was using. And now she's kind of doing the sympathy thing to try and get to manipulate.
She's just a great.
Good.
You know
she's
what?
Really good.
I'm missing Liz right now because our best manipulator is not here. And she's in London.
Jacob, step up. Step up.
That's right. Come on, Jacob. You got to manipulate a little bit. I'm not feeling
I can't
it.
reveal my secrets around my mom. Too dangerous.
All right, let's talk about how Candy worked Travis. Okay, remember what happened? Okay, so she does the cell job. She's crying,
Yeah.
and then she eggs Travis on to do a sub alliance with B Mart. Phillip, when you were watching that, I hear you giggling. What did you think of that when you saw that go down?
Oh, when he walked up to B Mart and told her how beautiful her eyes was.
I know, right? Greenish, bluish, whatever.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Just, I mean, I don't know what he was thinking, but
He must have had
He
one
just-
too many beers.
Oh my gosh! And the fact, he couldn't even pull it off right. I hate to say it, but he's like, "Your eyes are beautiful,"
Right.
but
Bluish,
it's the
greenish.
first time I've noticed since you
Right.
haven't been drinking, since you're not drunk. I'm
Right.
like, wow.
Well, what I found absolutely hilarious is what is by far the absolute fail on Redneck Island so far, this attempt to woo her. Everyone can tell it's a fail. He comes back to Candy, and Candy's like, "Oh, how'd it go?" "Oh, he's talking about how fantastic it went," and
Right.
and that the problem is he might actually lead her on too much.
Too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which as a married man is just
Twice over.
twice over.
Yes.
Right.
He's divorced. He's got
We still haven't figured that
children.
out yet. We got to figure that out.
I don't think he's figured it
Oh,
out.
you are so right. You're so right. Steve tweets in, "What the F is Travis doing?" Answer nothing. Oh my gosh. It's just one.
You know what? If Travis was here, I mean, he's one hot stud. I gotta tell you, everybody wants Travis. Oops!
That
Did you
is
see me
not-
roll my eyes?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Phil, speaking of
Wait! I have a question
Yeah.
for Phil. Phil, who do you think is gonna win, or who do you want to win? Now that you're not there, because I wanted you to win.
I would like to see Cody, Bucket, or Lindsay.
Cody,
One of those three.
Cody, Candy, or Lindsay?
Bucket.
Cody, Bucket, or
Bucket.
Lindsay.
all right, you know what? I have to ask you this, Phil, because from I'm trying to be subjective as I'm watching this because that's how I am. That's how I live my life.
Right.
Very subjectively. I have to tell you, I think the green team has on more than one occasion just flat out been bullies to Travis. I'm not a Travis fan, but I don't like it when someone bullies. I have a real issue with that. Did you feel from your own personal experience, Phil, is there some bullying going on?
I don't think it's bullying. It's more along the lines of you gotta sleep in the bed you make.
You gotta do what?
And if you make the bed, you gotta sleep in it. I mean,
So he deserved it.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I've actually kind of, I'm glad you brought this up. I've actually kind of felt bad for Joe because they keep giving him all this he's short and he's this little guy, and put Woodle in because he can't handle the weight. And I'm like, oh, this poor guy. And I mean, I kind of thought it was cool that the girls were hypothetically fighting for him in that little scene.
Right.
Good for you, man.
And then there was that lesbian moment when they kissed each other on the lips.
Yeah.
Right.
That was not a hug.
Oh, well.
That was lips touching.
Oh, my God.
But it was so cute because they were like, oh, he got so excited.
Phil, what is your opinion on Joe? I mean, does he have the heart to be in this competition? I know he's not, from what we've seen so far, not the biggest talker, except for that time he got drunk and then called, I think it was...
Candy. Told Candy to get to work, right?
No, was it Candy?
Yeah, told Candy to get to work.
What is your personal opinion on him? Do you like the guy? Like I said, what is your opinion?
Joe seems to be like an alright guy. I mean, obviously, I don't know him outside the show, but from what I was around him, he seemed to be an alright guy. I think he tries to be a little bit more of a ladies' man than what he actually is. But
Joe is more of a ladies' man?
No, he thinks he is.
Oh, he thinks he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of your relationships outside of the show, do you maintain any of the relationships you have with any of the cast members outside of the show at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot. I'm actually...
Travis is your best friend?
He's been texting me the whole time I've been doing this interview.
Oh, that's so sweet. Are they asking you to say anything or telling us to not say anything? Please shut them down.
Mike just asked me to give him a shout out, so I'll give him a shout out to Mike.
We love you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike's been awesome. So Phil, here we are. It's elimination time. You have personal experience. That's what I really love about what you're bringing to the table. And now it's Travis's turn to go up. And he doesn't even know it. It's like such a blindside. It's the ultimate blindside by these three girls. And I don't know if you noticed in the editing, but they went to commercial after he read the first bottle, and it said Candy.
Candy, right.
And then the first thing they do when they cut away, they come back and say Candy. I thought she had 2 votes.
I did as well. You can even ask the PPBoyz.
Jacob asked us again, and it's, he said there's probably a half an hour when they had to pull that first can. I said there's probably 2 hours for setup.
But I have to say, I liked the editing of that because it was tricky.
Yeah.
And it made you kind of question about it.
Did you like what you were seeing, Phillip? I mean, because at this point, you're getting vindicated.
Yeah, I mean, the way they put it on the show, I mean, it looked like, and then the first vote was Candy. Candy had the big feeling. And then all of a sudden it was just, everybody started grinning. And it was just the ultimate blindside on Travis, and he never knew it was coming, and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, he thought it was hilarious. It was the ultimate blindside, and
how long does it usually take to pull those cans after you've already written it and put it inside the cooler? Is it immediately, or is it like, is there a setup for it, and then they kind of see what to do? I mean, how long are you guys in elimination process? For 2 hours? Or like 15 minutes, or like the 3 minutes that we see? Is it that quick?
That was 7 questions, Phillip. Please answer accordingly.
Did I go too fast? Let me paraphrase. Tell me how long it takes for the elimination.
That's the 8th question.
That's what I was trying to answer. The eliminations took about an hour. But it was just a lot of dead silence time. But, I mean, once we started reading the votes...
That's got to be very awkward.
It's just one after the other, and then once the last booth is full with your name on it, you leave immediately.
I have to ask you, this has been in like the back of my mind. After you guys sign the koozies, right, and you're done, the voting is done, all the bottles, all the beer cans are in the cooler, does anyone from production run over there and kind of organize them in a certain way so that when Steve picks them up, is that happening?
Not that I know of.
Oh, wow.
Well, they're not going to show it to him, so he doesn't tell us.
I don't know if he kind of looks at them to see what they say before he pulls them out or what. But, I mean,
yeah,
as far as I know, there's not any anybody tamper with them.
Well, he does an excellent job because he builds suspense every time he pulls one out. He waits till the last minute, and Travis didn't know till the very last second that he was eliminated.
Right.
Here's what Travis says, okay? Now, Phillip, you
Classic.
can testify to this because you've experienced this. Travis is leaving the show. He says, and I quote, "To be honest, I don't want to hang out with these bunch of idiots. Look at how they act. When I leave this island, I want to leave them with it." Ow, that's a mean thing to say.
I think it's very true to his personage, though. I mean, it's who he is, and he has made himself to be the victim. No, not the victim.
Ooh.
What's the other word?
No, I think victim, he does play that role.
Yeah,
he does
right?
play that role.
And the bad guy, too, at the same time.
Sort of, but not really.
But I would have to say then, so he's probably not someone that's texting you right now, right?
Yeah. Phil, so is your best friend texting you?
No.
Well, okay, let's play on that. Phillip, after the show, have you and Travis reconnected?
Actually, I talked to Travis. I talked to him several times since the show's been over with.
And have you guys come to terms with how the show played out, and are you guys, civil and?
I mean, all in all, when it comes down to it, it was a game. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
it's a game about lying, cheating, whatever you got to do to get it. I mean,
Well,
Right.
that's everybody knows it was a game.
does that include his real life when nobody knows if he's got 3 wives, 2 wives, or any wives?
He kind of played it a little different than everybody else. But, I mean,
That's his strategy, on which I'm sure
Is that what it's
survivors are
called?
watching right now.
Strategy, okay.
Well, I have to say that I've watched all 3 seasons, and Redneck Island 3 seems to be they're playing the most malicious game. The first 2 seasons were really. There was a lot more heartfelt moments. There wasn't this sabotaging going on, and it was kind of playing out organically. We're seeing this kind of take on more of a Survivor feel, which not necessarily bad, but it kind of takes away from that camaraderie.
I have the answer to that. They have more beer on the island this time.
That has been something that I have really enjoyed, is watching Steve send out these waves of alcohol.
Yes,
And
so
then watching them.
Did you
react
see?
with
Did
it.
you see what Misty did when she wrote the name?
Yeah.
She said, "I don't even want to give you a full beer." She drank the whole.
And I don't think I've seen anybody do that yet
Yeah.
at
Oh, it was
all.
hilarious. Just
She
sat there.
just sat there. She drank the whole. And you see Steve's face going, "How long does it take to write the name? We gotta go."
She's drinking it.
Yeah.
in
She's
her
just
car.
chugging it down.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then she puts the can and goes, "That's what I think of you."
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you like that, Phil, when you saw Misty do that?
yeah, it was something that hadn't been done before that I'd seen. So, I mean, it was something different. But I mean,
I think
this season was different than the other 3 seasons. I mean, I think I would have fit in better on one of the first 2 seasons than the 3rd season. But I mean,
I think you fit in just fine if it weren't for your knees.
You're right. I think he could have gone so much further down the
You know
road.
what? Don't feel so bad, Phillip, because come next week, we're going to start talking about the green team, and we're going to be dissecting them one at a time. And all them bitches, they're going down.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think they're
Right?
gonna.
Because they're going to have to start attacking each other. Their true
Right.
colors are going to be coming out. They're going to be showing us some of those beer chugging moments.
Yeah,
They-
but Candy and the other 2
Lindsay
girls,
and
Lindsay
Misty.
and Misty, they have a pretty strong relationship now. They just survived the destruction of their entire team. So it would be nice to see how they play out their alliance versus the other girls, and see if the other girls can make a strong
it's going to be
alliance to
it's going to be hard for the blue team to go with the green team at a merger because they're at a disadvantage. So they're going to have to start having an alliance, either the girls alliance again, a sub alliance or something, where they could at least play for themselves for a couple of weeks until they can get a better footing.
Well, that was that whole bucket thing
Right.
earlier. Were you going there with the whole bucket
Yeah.
trying to create a sub-alliance with Candy? Okay, so Phillip, when do you see these 2 teams merging? It's so heavily outweighed right now?
Yeah.
Is it 6 against 3?
I think it'll be, judging by the past couple seasons, I think it'll be cut down to individuals here in the next couple episodes. I'm not really sure.
Wow. Already individual.
What kind of challenge, Phillip, are you hoping comes along their way? What would you like to see as far as future challenges?
I kind of like the physical challenges. I mean, it just seems more, it seems more southern to have more physical challenges than eating challenges or stuff like that.
So you like that?
That's just my personal opinion, but
Out of all the challenges,
Hold on. Just when you said the eating challenges, Phillip, who puts crackers in damn milk that's like been sautéed in the sun for 3 hours? Who does that? And then it becomes like this mush, and you can't even chug it. That's gross.
Tell us about that, Phil. Tell
God, I
us
was
about
gonna
your strategy.
puke.
That's pretty gross.
That was horrible.
what you didn't see was the night before I had broken a back tooth.
Oh.
I had an abscess tooth on the back, so I had to
Abscess.
I had to do something because the cookies were hard as a rock, and I had to do something
Oh,
so I could chew
my
them.
That's so sad.
I was sitting there with an abscess tooth trying to figure out how I was going to eat those hard cookies.
Which
so sorry, Phil.
Which hospital are you in right now? Because you've got no knees, no teeth, and before the whole thing started, you had like concussions. So
Oh, he's a redneck. He can handle it.
he's a redneck.
That's
You
what
go,
part of being a
Jacob.
redneck's about.
What was your favorite challenge out of all of them that you
Participated in,
Took in? Yeah. What was the best?
I'm not a real big fan of swimming, so obviously the first one wasn't.
Yeah.
The tug of war challenge, I kind of liked it. The slingshot challenge was fun, but that was all up. That turns you loose, one eye goes one way, the other eye goes the other way. You can't see nothing.
That's good.
Oh my goodness. I have to say that it was a pleasure to watch you, Phil, on Redneck Island, and you were true to yourself. You didn't change who you were as a person. I think you have probably one of the highest levels of pain tolerance in the history of reality television. If he is sucking down cookies and milk with an abscess tooth, they didn't even show, that wasn't even aired. God knows what else you had to endure besides your knee dislocating twice.
Would you go back, Phillip? Would you go back?
Oh, sure.
Of course I'd go back. Phillip, I wanted you to win. I really, really was rooting for you. I was so rooting for you. I said for sure he seems like he's been through so much physical challenges, and I know for a fact that he's going to be able to know how to manipulate, use his energy when he needs to, play smart when he can, and it just didn't work out. I'm so sorry.
Well, Phillip, continue to watch Redneck Island because we would love to get your take as these episodes develop. Maybe possibly have you come back on the show and talk to us again. Want to thank you for calling in very much. Thank you very much.
And don't forget to shout out to our best friend Anna Nicole Smith, your biggest redneck.
Now, yeah, she is. She is your biggest, most beautiful redneck.
Where are you, Phillip? Where are you?
In South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina. That's close to Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mahia, Texas.
Now, a lot of people don't. Yeah, it's not. You're so off. Okay, let's bring a map. Okay, so
Geography's not your strong point.
Thank God we're not doing a challenge.
we have to wrap the show up. I just want to again thank you, Phillip, for coming on the show for our Boys in Pink today and their tribute to Anna Nicole Smith. A lot of people don't know this, but you guys were some of her best friends, and it's well outlined in the book. But a lot of people don't know just what a close relationship you guys had. So this is a really important day for you, and we want to acknowledge that.
Yes.
Well, I think it'll be great for people to be able to go and get the book so that they could really see some of the missing chapters from the movie.
Right. How can they get the book?
They can go to portraitofanaicon.com or
Amazon.
Smith or Amazon.com and use the Portrait of an Icon what do you call it?
Hashtag. Okay, good. Excellent.
sign.
Excellent. Thank you guys. And you're also going to be back on television again July 9th. Tell us a little bit about that.
Interior Therapy with Jeff Lewis. We're doing the Bravo show, and that's going to be really fun and really exciting.
And then for those who are in the LA area, isn't there an open invitation to come see
believe
that first
so.
episode?
I'm
at the
not
Abbey?
sure. Well, our publicist is working on it, so
Okay.
we'll keep you posted as
Okay.
things progress. So.
Okay.
I'm sure if you'd like to keep posted, just be a Twitter follower of Pull over here, and he'll probably keep you
Yeah,
up to date.
I need more. Phil, are you following me on Twitter?
Can't say that I am.
Oh my God! And I was rooting for you. You're gonna have to.
Phillip, where can we find you? And for the fans of Redneck Island, where are you at on social media?
You can go to my Facebook fan page. It's Redneck Island's Phillip Honea, or you can get me on Twitter at Phillip Honea.
Okay, great. And for the PPBoyz, where are you at?
PatrikSimpson.com or Patrik Simpson, Patrik Simpson for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Mine's easy. Pull Atteu. POLATTEU. Come on in.
And I'm Little Egypt. My son is not accessible to anyone at any time.
That is correct. I am temporarily not on social media for private reasons.
Yes, he's very private.
But you can find me. I'm at Little Egypt on Twitter, also the official page of Little Egypt on Facebook, and Serious Inquiries Only, AngelinaAltishin.com. This was Redneck Episode 5. We will see you back here next week for Episode 6.
Who's our guest?
Do you think it's Travis?
Oh my God, I think so.
Okay.
Yes, I think next week we're probably going to have Travis.
Oh, yay.
This will be a fun one.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.